a snow day because the roads are horrible to you. Like, it said 3 inches, but we got like a lot more than 3 inches, maybe like 10. So yeah, here we go. So I thought I'd take advantage of our snow day and make a video because I've been kind of busy lately because of school and everything, focusing on, fishing is important to me, but grades are more important. So yeah. Today's video is going to be on fishing muddy water, and right now I'm looking outside. I don't know if you can see that. It is making me mad because we have a very long winter here in Ohio, and the off season, yeah, I mean, I do fishing related stuff like organized tackle and stuff. What I'm doing right now, basically making other videos, but basically it just drives me nuts waiting in this weather to go. Even if I can go cast a lure out in a crack and not even get a bite, I'd be happy. So basically today is gonna be just trying to waste some time, so I'm gonna be like making you a video. Alright. So today's gonna be fishing muddy water because here in Ohio we have pretty muddy water, and I'm sure there's other states that also have really muddy water. So not all the time is our water always muddy, but it mostly is if you get into the Ohio River, inland. Any inland lake is kind of muddy, not really clear at all. And yeah. So there's many methods of fishing really muddy water. You have your methods from Senkos, spinner baits, crankbaits. This is basically what I have on this table. These are the ways I've learned to fish muddy water, and hopefully I can learn even more techniques on how to fish muddy water. So let's go with the easiest approach. Alright, first thing to fish really muddy water, like super muddy, you want to always go with a black. If you're fishing worms, go with a black Senko. Why you want to go with the black Senko and not another color like that color right there is kind of like a chartreuse pepper or something like that. It's because the sun can go through that color. Like your lighter colors, the sun will go directly through it. And how to tell if you should fish muddy water? If you have muddy water and you want to see what lures to use, if you hold your bait, like I'm saying this for Senkos, if you hold it up and you can see the light through it, they're not good for muddy water because in the water the sun is gonna go through that bait, and the fish are not really gonna be able to see it when you get into that like 10 foot of depth, because there's not gonna be a lot of sunlight down there, so they're not gonna be able to see it. And that's why you want to go with a darker color like black, because black the fish can see it, doesn't like shine through it. The light doesn't shine through the lure or the worm. So you want to go with if it's super dark and you can only see a couple inches in the water, go with a black. If you have like that pretty look, you can kind of see like a foot or two, like the water's kind of shining. Here, a lot of people know what that is. Maybe you probably, if you're watching this and you're like from, I don't know, say somewhere really clear water, always nice, then you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But sometimes the water kind of gets this pretty look. It's kind of shiny, and that's like when it's a couple feet of visibility, you can only see a little. And if you're fishing up to like 5 feet ish, because Senkos, I don't usually fish Senkos like 10 feet or below really, because it just takes too long to get down there. So if you're fishing banks and it's kind of that prettyish look, you want to go with something not completely dark. I mean, you can always fish darker colors, but it's just like, you don't have to, but you want to use something kind of like a darker green, anything kind of not completely dark, but not too light. Now, you don't want to go fishing, what's a color? Alright, let's just say you don't want to go fishing the white in muddy, stained water. So you can always go darker and clear, but you usually want to stick with the watercolor, and if it's cloudy outside or what. So that's a very long way. Took too long to explain Senkos. You probably get the thing. Now with your hard baits, light can't reflect through them, but it like kind of reflects off them. Now, in a way that like you don't want to use a alright, let's start crankbaits. Alright, I don't know, this is how I always remember it, but like darker water, you want to go with a brighter color with crankbaits, like a chartreuse like this. I think it's like a chartreuse. I don't know, it's Kevin Van Dam's lure. This is the one I always pull out in videos to show because it's, I guess it's the coolest crankbait I really have. This also works too, chartreuse. This one's kind of older, but yeah. So, I'll make that quick. Just, you crankbaits, it doesn't really matter because the fish is only going to see it for a little, but just go with a chartreuse color if it's really muddy. And that's like fishing banks and stuff, like off rocks. I like to use those. If you're fishing a rattle trap, you want to go with kind of like a golden color. You don't want to go with the silver ones because it's kind of like a mirror, and the light, you can't reflect off when it's getting deeper. So like say like you're fishing to 8 feet and you can't really see, the mirror is not going to reflect the light. Like the silver ones are not going to reflect the light. Here, let me see if I can. Do I even have one? No. So I'm really low on crankbaits. I'm not much of a crankbait fisherman that much, and if I completely have to, I'll use them, but I don't really fish crankbaits. I'm more of a jig spinnerbait, top water Senkos guy. I have really not got into crankbaits and jerkbaits. I want to get into it. I've started gaining confidence in them this year, so I'm gonna start that off. And then, alright, enough with that. So, just know that use something that doesn't, I just went back. I know what I said a couple minutes ago. Just that. Alright, and then the last tactic is not just color, but like these blades right here, they make a lot of disturbance in the water, especially because these are Colorado blades. If you have those willows, they're too fast. You want something that slow down, make a lot of disturbance. So you want to get these round ones, which are called Colorados, and they make a lot of disturbance in the water. Basically, this is gonna help the fish find your lure. So you want spinner baits are really good in muddy water, and really any water. Spinner baits are like probably my number 2 lure. So yeah, spinner baits are real good. So I hope this video kind of helped you guys at all. I mean, I was just kind of bored, and so I just decided to make a video. So alright guys, have a good wait till the snow melts, or if you're spoiled and live in Florida or something, or Alabama, then you're probably very blessed to be fishing right now. So